This is Secret America.
Welcome, everybody. I am Jack Danger along with Jay Gatling. And I just want to say real quick before we get started, tonight's show is brought to you by maxassociates.etsy.com, your go-to spot for USA Pride gifts and patriotic apparel that actually stands out. Whether you're looking for bold American designs, gifts that show off your patriotism, or gear that makes a statement, Max Associates has you covered. And right now, they're hooking up the Secret America audience with a special deal. You get 20% off any order over $20 or more, plus free shipping anywhere in the United States. It's an excellent site. They have all the best stuff. And in fact, I want to show you real quick because this is really cool, actually. I'm going to order some stuff off here myself. The stuff that they have on here is pretty amazing. Check this stuff out right here, okay? I'm going to pull this up so everybody can see it. I want you to see this. This is really cool stuff. All right, so look at this. They've got, pretty much anything you can think of. Look at that. Trump is my president, proud veteran. One thing I really like, Americans over illegals, veterans over illegals. I love those mugs right there. They've got so much cool stuff. This lady loves guns. I like that. That's cool. They got the ICE badge.
Yeah, Stock Mama's all over that one.
Yeah, and look, they've got so many pages of different things. You know, make New York great again, vote red, faith over fear. I like that. It's an excellent site. It has a ton of great stuff. Make sure you guys check it out. maxassociates.etsy.com. It is it's really excellent. So I hope people check that out. It's it's a great site. All right, Jay. We have a special guest today. She's been on this show before. She is an actress and a model, and her name is Teresa Longo. I'm sure you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. Like I said, she's been on this show before. How you doing, Teresa?
Hey guys, I'm good. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, hey, no, we appreciate you being on because we know that you have some great opinions and insight into some of the things that we like to talk about. And one of those things is obviously the the space program and the things that are going on today. It's very interesting. I want to show you guys something before we talk about that. I want to show you guys some interesting stuff that I found. One of these things, let me see if I can find it real quick, because you guys, you guys are going to love this. If I could just, let's see here. One interesting thing is someone put out a meme that said, if it took us 3 days to get to the moon in 1969, why is it taking 5 days in 2026? That was interesting.
They're trying to save gas, Jack. They're trying to save gas.
Oh, trying to save gas. Yep. This is the thing I wanted to show you guys, though. Check this out. All right. Can you guys see this?
Not yet.
No, it's not coming up.
There we go.
Here we go.
Coming up now.
All right, check this out. I want you guys to see this. This is the thing I was talking about right here. Okay, so you know how in when they go up in space, they're supposed to go, up. If you're going to go in space, why would you go at an angle, right? So other people think, and this has been my contention as well, that when they go up, just like Eddie Griffin said, they don't actually go up past the firmament. Instead, they go at an angle and go out into the ocean. And that's what they film right there is when they come down into the ocean and then they play it like a week later. But this is the launch. I want you to see this. This is the launch from somebody else's vantage point. Check this out. You can see it going up and everything looks good. It looks normal. It looks like it would. But look, now it's already starting to slightly curve. And the amazing part is, if you need to get through space, if you need to get through the Van Allen belt, the firmament, whatever is up there, you have to go fast and you have to go straight. But look, see how it's curving a lot? Wait till you see how much it actually curves. It doesn't make any sense that it would need to do this to do anything. And look, now it's almost going at a 45-degree angle. Look at this. Look how much it's curving already. It goes out. Remember when I talked about the Seattle, that thing that looks like a bridge? Or no, it's in St. Louis. Excuse me. It's in St. Louis. That big curved bridge-looking thing.
Yeah, the arch. You're talking about the arch at St. Louis?
Yes, thank you. The arch. This is exactly what it looks like. That's what this trajectory looks like, and it doesn't make any sense. Look at this. They're not even going up anymore. They're almost going forward at this point. Let me fast forward it a little bit because it's a long video. I want you to see. Now, look, you can no longer see it, right? Let's see if it'll play. Look at this. Look at that. That is the angle that it was shooting at. Look at that. At this point, when it disappeared, it's going forward at this point. Look at that, right there.
Finding it now.
That makes no sense. See how it's going forward now? It goes up, over, forward. That is incredible. It makes absolutely no sense. What do you think, Teresa? I want to hear what you think about that.
This is a big distraction. It's Easter weekend. It was just released on April 1st. What is that? I mean, of course, they've got...
Isn't that funny? April Fool's Day.
The chick is the one that's the plumber. You give me a break. I don't buy any of it. Come on. They said she fixed the toilet. I don't buy that one bit either.
By the way, it's a $23 million toilet, Jay. And that is, remember when I said NASA was a money laundering operation? Toilet, 23 million. You're telling me you couldn't build that toilet for $10,000. No, $23 million.
I want to see the itemized list of the hardware that went into that toilet bowl. Is there something special about it that it's in the spaceship? And listen, Teresa, just so you know, I'm coming around to being skeptical about the whole moon thing. I've been
working on him pretty well.
He's working on it, but at the same time, I'm kind of starting off now. I understand all the stuff about 1969 through 1972, and we were supposedly there 6 times. And Jack and I have gone over it. The car on the moon and the dust doesn't kick up. And
we got to talk about that because that was
we will.
The deal for me yesterday is that moon buggy thing.
Oh, you can see
I'm
that
obsessed with that car.
When it drives around, right? There's no gravity there, right? So when it drives around, when it kicks the dust up, you would think the dust would float away. Instead, it goes right back to the ground like you're in the desert.
Exactly. That is just crazy. They didn't think about that. And not only that, Jack, how did they get it up there?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's everybody's thing. How did they get it up there? Even taking it apart, there's not enough room for all the astronauts, all the tires. They had tires. I mean, come on.
No, they said he folded. It was folding. But even if it was folding, I look at that space, that craft that was on the moon with, I say, how did that fit in there with the astronauts? Even if it was folded up. I have those questions. And I never really thought about this. My whole biggest thing, Teresa, and Jack doesn't understand why this was my only thing, was why did it take us? Why did we never go back? Russia never went. China never went. We never went back. Why? If we went in 1972 was the last trip, why did we never try to go back again? It never made sense to me. And now seeing all this stuff, listen, people can make up their own mind and think what they want, but it definitely makes you think and say, wait a minute, a lot of this stuff doesn't add up and I need to kind of reconsider it or just say, no, I don't believe it anymore. It's one or the other, but I don't know. It's definitely interesting. There's a lot of things, like you said, questions, the dust. What's that all about?
I got another interesting video to show you guys. I like showing him, like the videos and the photos, because that's how you really get someone over to your side when you have some kind of physical, evidence that they can view. So check this out right here, everybody. I want you guys to see this very interesting stuff. Let's take a listen.
The moon landing happened on July 20th, 1969. Yet high-quality photos were already printed in newspapers the very next morning. No internet, no cloud drive, no lightning speed data transfer. NASA claims signals traveled 240,000 miles instantly, while today we struggle to send a large file across town. And those photos? Perfectly framed, crisp, clean, no dust, no blur, no shaky hands inside thick space gloves. Imagine a football stadium filled with fog. Now imagine taking a crystal clear photo through it. That's what the moon's dusty surface should have done to the lens. What if the story was prepared on Earth before the world even saw it? Try this. Just pause any moon landing photo and instead imagine a slow glide across an empty theater stage.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You're telling me that these photos were already printed the next morning without internet, without any way to transfer these photos. They're saying this happened instantly. And I actually have video, which I'm going to play in a minute, of the phone call from President Nixon to the moon using a landline. I love it.
Go ahead, Teresa. Give us your thoughts.
To be honest, I'm trying not to laugh because
Yeah.
it is comical when you start to break it all down like that. It becomes almost a joke. I mean, they're making a joke of Easter weekend almost. Like, I just don't want, I didn't want to focus on that. It got brought up at my family dinner, and
Excellent.
somebody had to get up to get another wine when I told them that everything that we're talking about now.
Listen, my timeline or my algorithm on TikTok, Jack and Teresa, Jack, I haven't told you this, is that video you just played is one of them. That's coming up all the time now. So now my whole timeline, my whole algorithm on TikTok is moon videos.
So is mine, and I love it because it gives me all this great evidence. Now, I make sure I verify it beforehand. Everything that I put on here is completely verified. None of it is a lie. And I don't know if you saw Friday's episode, Teresa, but I actually verified and showed on the show that the Artemis photos they were putting out were actually AI generated. So, you know, that was also very interesting. I was able to trick AI instead of saying, you know, what's wrong with this NASA photo? Because I was like, oh, it's NASA, you know, any official narrative source, they'll automatically believe it's real. But when I said it was my photo, I said, hey, you know, this is my photo. What's wrong with it? They immediately said, oh, you know, it looks AI generated, you know, and then they tell you why. So it's not hard to see that they're definitely faking a lot of these things. But I want to show you guys this also. This is the fun part, where he was making the phone call to the moon. I mean, how exciting is that? You know, you're the president. You got a landline that can connect to other planets in 1969. It's funny because they sent apparently they sent those photos back immediately so they could be printed on the newspaper the next morning. But yet I can't send a text that's, you know, over 25 megabytes. I have to go through Google Drive or something. But in 1969, they could send it instantly. So, yeah, let's take a look at this, guys. I want you to see this. A lot of fun here. Let's listen.
Neil and Buzz, the President of the United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over. Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Let's say there's some glaring thing that I don't see.
I want you guys to take a listen to this guy. He is brilliant. So take a listen. I don't know why that Tucker Carlson thing is up there in the top left. Just ignore it. But listen to what he says
about the moon landing. Okay, there's a certain level of autism that can get you to the moon and also has you tape over the proof you went with the Golden Girls rerun. Like, let's say that exists. I've just never witnessed it, blah, blah, blah.
NASA lost the original recordings of the Apollo 11 moon landing. The original tapes were most likely reused or overwritten with low-resolution satellite imagery for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration because they were running out of tapes.
The records clearly showed that there's an inescapable conclusion that this team has reached, and that is that these 45 tapes were included in the several 100,000 that were pulled out, recertified, degaussed, and put back into the network. The slow scan recordings are no longer.
Haven't seen anything that indicates the telemetry data is even in existence. And as I said, even if we had it, we don't have the machines to play it back.
They don't have the machines to play it back, apparently. So they made tapes. They made tapes, first of all, that they could never play back. So I don't know how the hell they made these tapes. And second, this is the first ever moon landing. I mean, this is a big deal, maybe the biggest event in world history, and you tape over the tapes. You reuse them like a VCR tape. That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. I don't see how anybody at this point can believe this is real. It's a joke.
Go ahead, Teresa.
Well, today, guys, they are supposed to be showing the dark side of the moon. That's the big thing today. Now let's chat about that. Have you guys seen? I haven't really had a chance to take a look at those photos yet, but it's going to be really interesting because I think that's where we're really going to be able to see a lot more about what this is, what this really is.
Well, tell me, what the hell? I'm sorry, Jay, go ahead.
No, I just hope when they show us that they're playing one of the songs from the album.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Dark Side of the Moon.
And Jack, right now, that they say that this ship now has traveled farther than any ship. They set a record, they say, for the distance that this ship has traveled today.
But listen, they're saying, okay, so first of all, they're saying they lost the technology to go to the moon. I don't know how the hell that happens. How do you lose technology to go to the moon? But then now we're doing, instead of a moon landing, instead of going to the moon and proving to everybody that the flag is there, that the buggy is there, that we actually landed on the moon, instead we circle the fucking moon and we circle it from so far, you can't actually see those things. You can see little dots. It doesn't make any. I mean, at some point, common sense has to kick in.
Just the speed of this thing alone that they're saying that it's traveling at is just incomprehensible. I mean, these
15 times faster than a sniper rifle bullet is what they said. 25. That G-force, you can't handle that kind of G-force.
Exactly. That was my next point. Like, look how much our military have to train just to be able, all the hours they have to put in, all the training they have to do physically, let alone mentally, to be able to prepare to go and pull G's. And then they're just going to send these guys that they plucked out of nowhere, all these DEI hires up into space. I mean,
well, that's another thing. Apparently, this man that's on there, they say he was the first black man, but apparently he's not. He's not the first black person to ever go into space. If anybody's been in space,
why the hell would that even matter?
It doesn't matter. I'm so sick and tired of it. How about can we get somebody that actually knows what they're doing, whether they're black, white, or Martian, to go into the spacecraft? How about that?
There you go.
That's what I mean. Are these guys really qualified? Like, they didn't look like they were in any kind of shape to be traveling at those speeds or doing this kind of mission. I mean, did you guys take a look at their backgrounds a little bit? These guys.
No. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Oh my gosh, I need to more. I mean, one of them's a Canadian, I know.
Wow.
Yeah, some of them, they're quite studious. It's a quite studious bunch. I mean, a lot of them have been obviously preparing for this moment for a long time, but it's going to be kind of interesting to go out after and maybe get our audience to do that too and kind of get the backstory on these guys. How'd these guys fall into this?
Yeah, it's very interesting. I don't really understand it either, how this could be. I mean, and I don't know. And I think I personally believe that Buzz Aldrin gave a lot of clues, trying to say it without actually saying it.
All out of context, Jack. All out of context. If anybody's going to tell you,
no. I know.
Taking it out of context, Jack.
Jay, you're not listening. You don't let me finish. You're not letting me finish.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Those things that he said might have been taken out of context. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about they were clues. It might not have been what he was saying. He might have added on. Oh yeah, no, this or that. But those are clues. Those are all clues to a psychological thing. Okay, that's all these things are clues. They're all little pieces.
He was very
sorry.
No, he was very shady in the way he would answer those questions. Almost like you said, like kind of giving these subliminal messages, well, we were never there. And then he would come out and explain what he said. But why would you even let that on like that? It's just weird.
I think it's a psychological thing. I don't think that he actually, I think that obviously he knows that they didn't go there. So it's just a psychological thing, trying to tell the truth without actually telling it. Or maybe it's a subconscious thing, just answering the question and then snapping back into reality and thinking, oh shit, I can't say that,
Or do you think he's just getting old and he's got to reconcile with himself that he doesn't want to, unfortunately.
Well, he's been doing it for a long time, though. I mean, ever since he got back, he's been saying stuff like that.
I think Buzz has passed away. Let me just double check. He might have passed away recently, Buzz.
Man, I had some good videos, but I cannot find them. Oh, by the way, I want you to see this. They said, and
he's alive, Jack. Jack, sorry, he's alive. 96 years old.
Okay, check this out. This is straight from President Barack Obama. I want you to hear this. Take a listen to this. They say right here that not only did they have the technology 30 or 40 years ago, but that they destroyed it. Listen.
Frankly, I have been pushing NASA to revamp its vision. The shuttle did some extraordinary work in low orbit experiments, this International Space Station, moving cargo. It was an extraordinary accomplishment, and we're very proud of the work that it did. But now what we need is that next technological breakthrough. We're still using the same models for space travel that we used with the Apollo program 30, 40 years ago. And so
he said, we're still using the same technology that we were using 30, 40 years ago for the Apollo program. Yet they're saying that we don't have that technology anymore. Take a listen.
What we've said is, rather than keep on doing the same thing, let's invest in basic research around new technologies.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
There you go. They said they destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back up again. I mean, Jay, when you put all these pieces together, everything I've shown you, everything they say, everything that's going on, I mean, how could you possibly believe in this?
Listen, a couple of things with Barack Obama, what he just said, I found very interesting. He actually admitted that the government sucks at innovation. Thank you very much. But they want that. Someone like him wants the government to run everything, including our healthcare system. But the government sucks at innovation. I've always had the argument, no, capitalism was what made America great. And if the government was inventing things, our cell phones would actually look like the backpacks that these astronauts were supposedly wearing. That was number one. Then that guy said, Jack, breaking news to you guys. Artemis 2 mission has just set the record for traveling the furthest distance from Earth just now. So just so you know.
Sure.
That just came out. And
well, listen to that. Hang on. Before you finish answering, Jay, listen to this. Artemis crew, this is just in also. The Artemis crew reported seeing strange, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The Artemis crew reported seeing strange squiggles and unexpected shades of green and brown during their lunar flyby. Do you hear this shit? Strange squiggles. What the fuck are they talking about?
I think it's General Zod from Superman 2, Jack. Anyway, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what they're talking about. But the fact that guy said we destroyed the technology, why the hell would we do that?
It's not true. We just never had it. You don't destroy technological advances.
Doesn't
Go ahead,
make
Teresa.
Sense, guys, doesn't make any sense. No, I'm not buying it. And I'm really going to be interested to see this next bit of footage that's coming out about these guys.
I want to see squiggles. I want to see these green squiggles. Are they taking photographs of these squiggles?
Yeah, I want to see what the hell's going on too. This is some crazy shit.
That's the other thing. Why don't they take their phones? Like, I saw another video today too of them passing around a phone. I mean, show us everything. Like, just show us. Go live. Why don't they go live from where they're at? I mean, they say that, but I mean, take a video. Show us later. Anything like that. Like, I'm really interested to see some of the stuff they put out because people are now holding this organization to account. NASA is getting so much money, guys, every single day for this grift.
I want you to hear this. This is where an astronaut and a physicist admits that they never went to the moon. They said, and remember when I was told you, Jay, that they couldn't get past the firmament, the Van Allen belt, the radiation? Take a listen to what this guy has to say.
As we get further away from Earth, we'll pass through the Van Allen belts, an area of dangerous radiation. Radiation like this could harm the guidance systems, onboard computers, or other electronics on Orion. But Orion has protection. Shielding will be put to the test as the vehicle cuts through the waves of radiation. Sensors aboard will record radiation levels for scientists to study. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space.
We must solve these challenges before we send people through this regions of space. You cannot get to the moon without going through the Van Allen belt. And he said we have to solve these challenges before we can send these people to space.
I got to put my phone on airplane mode on a plane because it messes up with stuff. These guys are traveling through radiation.
Supposedly, that's what they say.
Listen, again, I'm starting from now. I want to see these photos. And we should do the same thing. You ask the AI, this is my photo. Don't tell them it's NASA's photo. And we're going to see what the AI says about these photos.
I've got an interesting. Actually, you know what? Go ahead and filibuster for a second because I'm going to I'm going to put something up on the screen in a minute. I got to find it real quick. I am going to show you the difference between two pictures that they took. I'm going to show you how fake they are. Go ahead.
Well, Teresa, so I'll ask you, when this came up at dinner during Easter, how did that go? Were people divided or were people on the same page? How did that work out?
Well, like you could hear a pin drop because my brother brought it up. He's like, "Hey, you guys, did you guys see those stuff that's going on?" And I just let it fly. Like, I don't believe in any of it. And I just dropped that bomb. And they were all kind of shocked. And then my aunt stopped eating and she just, there was total silence. And then she got up to get another wine. And my brother made a joke about it. Like, "Oh, we need more wine for this conversation." And so it was just kind of funny that I went there right away. but I think it shocked a lot of people because a lot of my family just aren't on X. And I find that a lot of people that just aren't connected this way, sharing this kind of information. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't really been on Facebook too much. So I haven't seen what the other sentiment is, but I found that on X, people are just really critical and they're really breaking everything down. And there's just no hiding anything here. Right, guys?
Yeah,
So
no,
check
I
this out.
deactivated my Facebook, to be honest. I'm
Yeah,
done with
yeah, I don't use it anymore either.
Done with it.
So check this out, guys. These two photos, Artemis is saying that these two photos were taken 12 hours apart. Okay, I want you to take a look at this. I'm going to show you these photos, and I want you to tell me what's wrong, how they look like they've been taken 12 hours apart. Okay, let me pull this up. Okay, these are the photos right here. Let me pull it up so we can go. Here we go. All right, these are the photos right here. So tell me what is wrong with these photos? They said they were taken 12 hours apart.
Wait, stars?
No.
Sunlight?
No.
What am I looking at? Hold on.
Two different planets, or the same. It's Earth, but it's two different pictures, 12 hours apart.
Cloud
coverage? The clouds are the same.
Thank you. The cloud coverage and the land masses, everything is exactly the same 12 hours later. Okay, 12 hours later, it's just all it is the same photograph dimmed down to dark. That's it. There you go.
They can't be that bad, can they?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's what they have to work with. I mean, it is what it is.
You could tell AI to make the clouds look different. I mean, for God's
well, no,
sake.
if you do that, then AI will be. It'll be so easy to tell.
What I'm all right. I got nothing. Go ahead, Teresa.
Yeah.
I have nothing.
Those are ones that they posted 12 hours apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some of these pictures are just totally unbelievable. Literally, guys. So I think that's great. You're right. We gotta run this stuff through AI. These next batch of photos that come out, any of this stuff, we gotta check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't get how they could say those are 12 hours apart and those cloud patterns are pretty much exactly the same. That's not possible. It's not possible 12 minutes apart.
Exactly. Let me ask you, Jake, then do you still believe that we went to the moon? Do you think we
Well, no, we might have, Teresa, because we had the technology, but we destroyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have
listen, again, I never really got into this stuff. My only thing was, why did we never go back? That was my problem. That was my question. Now I see that rover. I'm obsessed with that rover. I'm obsessed with that thing. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah.
I look at that car. I'm like, how is that thing on the moon driving around in the first place? It's got that little like satellite dish on it that looks like it looks like something I had to get my cable TV, my satellite dish TV. What is this?
Shadows too. We haven't mentioned that yet. I mean, they're all different. You look at
they're all supposed to be coming from one direction, the same direction. If it's one particular thing, check this out here.
Yeah,
I want to show you guys this. Take a look at this right here. This is what I was talking about. Okay, this is their version of space travel. The rocket goes up, then sideways, then down. Remember the direction that the rocket went when I showed you the takeoff? Look at that. Is that not exactly what they did?
Jack, are people going to say this is it's just the way it looks? It's a visual illusion.
How is going forward an illusion to go up? It's not possible.
There's answers for all of this.
Well, there's not answers. What there is excuses.
Excuses, or they have explanations, or they have reasons for all of it.
But the thing is, I can make an explanation for anything. It doesn't mean it's real. It doesn't mean it's true.
I get it. But here's the thing. Like last time we did this, I'm just asking the questions that I know we're going to get on this program.
That's fine. That's totally understandable. I completely understand. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to break the Van Allen belt, the firmament at the top, you have to go up at a fast speed. You're not going to go up and then forward. That doesn't make any sense. How the hell are you going to get out of the Earth's atmosphere?
Go ahead, Teresa.
Well, I mean, it's just crazy, guys. Like, this is just making no sense to me about this crazy mission to the moon. I can't get over it, you guys. So I really also just wanted to touch on more of the trickery and the fakery that is happening here.
Look at this, guys.
I sent you a video, actually, Jack. It was the illusion of like how NASA tries to film things. And
I have that video. We can show that in just a second.
Yeah.
Yes, we will show that. I want to show you guys this real quick though. Look at this.
Okay.
These are all of the launches of the most recent launches. Take a look at their angles. This is the angles of all of the launches. You don't go like an arch. You don't go up like this and then woo, and then somehow get through space. It doesn't happen.
Jack, is that all NASA or is that SpaceX also launches?
That I'm not 100% sure, but I do know it may be both actually. Let me look and see.
Yeah. Because
we coming to the conclusion.
No. That is NASA and SpaceX. It's NASA, SpaceX, and Blue Origin. It's all of them.
I don't think we can leave. Personally, like
no, you can't get past that radiation. I'm sorry, you just can't. That's why it looks like this. I'm telling you, Jay, what these things are, they're not space at all. They're money laundering operations. $23 million for a toilet. $10 million for a screw. It's just like in the White House, $15,000 for a toilet seat. I'm telling you, man.
I worked on Bay Street for a lot of years, and you guys know what they were saying back in 2016. These Bay Street bankers were telling me that the reason why these billionaires wanted to go up there and put data centers and satellites at low orbit was because when shit hits the fan down here, or we get cut off from all that stuff, they still have access to all their data centers. They still have access to all their Bitcoin and digital currency because it's still available for them in low orbit. They still have satellites. They still have their Starlink, everything, right? They have their network up there.
Yeah, the funny thing is we actually showed a video to Jay a couple of weeks ago where now Microsoft has the data centers that they're putting in this watertight capsule and putting at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, pretty amazing. Because then it keeps it cool and nobody can reach your data center down there.
Yeah, that one I guess you could believe they can get down there.
No, that actually happens.
Yeah.
But I mean, all these launches, guys, all these launches that are taking
that's ridiculous.
Self-serving. It's just self-serving for them and their companies, their interests and their schemes, like you were saying.
Well, listen, again, this whole thing, I start now. And Teresa, there is a moon mission planned for 2028. According to them, there is a moon landing mission. So we're not even 2 years away. So I keep saying, let's see what they come up with and how are we going to do this? How are we going to show people on the moon this time? Because we better be able to see it instantaneously.
Well, hang on, Jay. Hang on. I want to show you guys one of my posts that was really, really popular, recently. Take a look at this. This is my post that was really popular recently, and I want you to look at this, okay? These are actual photos. So take a look at this one first, okay? They use the same background in two different sets. Look how it matches exactly, okay? Two different sets. They use the same background, same backdrops and everything, from where they took their pictures of two different moon landings, apparently. Look at this right here. This is supposed to be a photo of the equipment on the moon, right? But when you're taking a photo, your cursor, your crosshairs do not go behind the objects. They go in front of the objects, so you can see where you're aiming perfectly. In this photo, you can see the crosshairs going behind the objects. That's just not realistic. This was 1969. Okay. And then look at this right here. There is no impact crater from that thing made out of tin foil coming down space. They're supposed to be, I mean, they have rockets, they have all these, different jet fuels and all whatever else they use to create the fire and the impacts, but there's no crater whatsoever. It's like it never actually came down, but was instead placed there.
Well, Jack, I could give you here you go. Ready? One of the reasons about the crosshairs. Now here we go. When they cross a very bright light, a very bright sunlit white object like the astronaut's suit or white rock or equipment, the intense light overexposes that spot on a film. Light from the bright area bleeds or spreads slightly into the tiny black crosshair line, washing it out completely. Result, the crosshair disappears in that section, creating the illusion.
That's not possible. If that were possible, it would also do it to the left little side of the crosshair there, because the crosshair comes out on the other side.
Again, see, you could type this stuff in, you're going to get an explanation as to why.
I'm sure Grok and AI have an explanation for anything. But you remember, I want you all to remember this. When I did that research, remember, Jay, AI is wrong 35% of the time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Listen, when I put stuff in AI now, Teresa, I tell this to Jack all the time. I say it all the time. I ask it to go neutral. I ask for right-leaning, left-leaning, center, alternative sources. I want neutral answers, and I double and triple check at this point every time.
Great. That's a great idea. I'm going to start doing
that. You have to.
I mean, I love Grok. I've been trying Claude, but some of them are just so bad.
They're all not the best.
I'm surprised to hear it's 35%, you know.
Yeah, you would think it'd be higher.
Yeah, but definitely do that. You ask for all sources, right, left, center, alternative, neutral response. Try not to kind of manipulate it in any way whatsoever. I'm doing that on X a lot. There's so many things coming up on X. Like you said, there's so much great information that you're not going to get other places. But the problem is there's so much stuff that just is baseless. I mean, what we're doing here, we're actually showing evidence to back up what we're saying, right? There's so much baseless stuff on X too, just for clicks with pictures that aren't even relevant or from the time period. Well, you have to check that stuff.
You know who I love? I love Jim Carrey. You want to know why? The man, before he started getting blackballed, he started telling the truth. He started coming out with the truth. So I want you to hear Jim Carrey here. Take a listen to this.
Like that Neil Armstrong guy. Have you seen him on the talk shows? Neil Armstrong? You mean the first man to walk on the moon? Talk about a fish story. Yeah. Man, and they're buying it. Oh,
yeah. He's straight laughing at people. They're buying this shit. You believe this? They're buying it.
More breaking news. Right on schedule. Orion has reappeared from behind the moon and checked back in with Earth.
What the hell is Orion?
That's the ship.
I thought that was Artemis.
It says Orion.
Well, what the hell is Artemis?
I don't know. Right on schedule. This is right now from April 6th.
So there's an Orion and an Artemis?
Artemis 2. Maybe is the name of the ship Orion?
It's Artemis 2, yeah.
Well, then what the hell is Orion?
First came the reassuring return of radio signal on engineers' monitors, then a burst of data, and finally clear voice from the capsule. The words were unremarkable. The relief in the mission control was not. Houston integrity, comm check. Is Christina Koch one of the astronauts?
I just want to know what Orion is. Tell me.
I'm looking, Jack. Hold on. The Artemis is the mission. Is Orion the name of the capsule? Maybe like how parts of the ship
be called Artemis 2.
Hold on. Can we look that up? Because this is from right now. It just broke. So
I was even having trouble with my connection today, guys. Like, so we were joking about that. Like, I mean, come on.
I was going to bring that up, Teresa. We were starting the show with Teresa, and she was having trouble connecting to this live stream.
Yeah. Oh, guys, check this out. This is a new picture that Artemis or Orion just put up about on the dark side of the moon. Check this out, guys. This is the first picture. Okay, seriously. This is the first picture from them on the dark side of the moon. Take a look at this. I want you guys to see this. Look at that. How amazing is that?
That's cheese.
I mean, no, that's not cheese. That's the dark side of the moon.
No, it's not.
Yeah, how incredible is that?
That looks like a pita. That's a pita bread with mold.
No. That is the moon. Artemis just took it. I'm telling you.
You're not kidding.
That is that is a tortilla shell. Yes, that is a tortilla shell. We are passing as the moon. That's the moon. That's what passes for the moon nowadays.
I said it looks like a pita that's molded.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that passes for the moon right now.
No, so wait, what is Orion? Why is they telling? It's so great to hear. It's from the BBC.
I don't know what the hell that means.
Orion. I'm looking up right now. You guys go ahead. I'm just looking up. Go ahead.
Yeah, Teresa, why don't you just talk for a minute about the moon? Tell me some stuff.
Well, guys, I was red pilled a long time ago, and a friend of mine actually who was in Australia, she really opened my eyes to some of this stuff like that you've been talking about, Jack, with the trajectory and the fact that we might not be able to leave and the radiation. So once I was kind of awake to all that, it just kept led me into a deeper rabbit hole, I guess, just like you guys. And then
isn't it amazing? Because it all makes sense when you try to put the moon landing together. The shit that they say doesn't make sense. The shit they show does not make sense. But the stuff that we find, the evidence that we find that they didn't do it, that makes sense. So at some point, common sense has to kick in. You know.
totally. And I'm a common sense kind of person. Like, I do research, I do diligence. I'm educated. So I ask questions a lot. And I just have a lot of questions about
There
a
you
lot.
go.
Well,
Perfect.
just so we're clear, just so everybody, we have it all right. Orion is the space crew capsule. So Orion is the capsule. Artemis 2 is the rocket. Orion is the spacecraft. Integrity in parentheses.
What in the hell is the difference?
Well, I kind of remember in Apollo 13 there were different names for each part of the spacecraft. What they would call them. So they're in this capsule that they are actually in is called Orion. So there you go.
Okay.
There you have it.
And the bathroom is called what?
The bathroom is called $23 million.
Yeah, the toilet. Yeah, there you go. 23 million for a toilet. Incredible.
So that's it. There you have it. Breaking news. It's kind of funny. We're doing this as this stuff is coming in from.
Yeah, well, I was so excited to talk to you guys today because I knew all this stuff would be coming out. And then I saw what you were saying yesterday about this and just blowing it all to pieces. And I thought, we got to get on this show and chat with all the viewers and you guys and break this down.
There are people that are still going, still believe it. Am I 100% on the previous missions? Looking into it, I got a lot of questions now. I got skepticism. But like I said, I'm kind of going on right now. I want to see these photos. The thing Jack just showed about the 2 pictures of Earth from 12 hours apart with the same cloud, that's not very promising. So they're not getting off to a very promising start here. So
this is what they're saying went to the moon. This right here.
I don't even know what that looks like. That looks
made of tin foil, actual aluminum foil. You can look it up. That is aluminum foil on the side of that vehicle. I mean, it looks like it's put together with glue. You got air duct vents. What the hell is this thing?
They said that the rumor is that people say is that you remember the filmmaker Stanley Kubrick. I
gotta say that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I'm sorry. The moon landing was definitely fake, but the Stanley Kubrick thing, please, guys, stop saying that. It makes us look like crazy motherfuckers.
You know what? You don't. Well, who made the pic? If it was actually made, Jack, if they
idiot can do this because it wasn't even done well. That's the problem. If it was done well, I might have said, "Hey, Stanley Kubrick, yeah, Full Metal Jacket." But no, this was done by some moron.
So you're right. So you think it's not good enough to have been Stanley Kubrick?
No, have you seen Full Metal Jacket?
Of course I have. I've seen The
Stanley
Shining.
Kubrick.
He also didn't Stanley Kubrick also do 2001 Space Odyssey? Yes.
I have no idea.
Yes.
All I know is Full Metal Jacket is an awesome movie, and this is not Stanley Kubrick's work.
He did Space Odyssey 2001. Yeah.
Apparently, listen to this. This is big text. I have not verified this, but I'm going to read it because it's something he said. Reflectors on the moon. Apparently, MIT bounced the lasers off the moon in 1962, 7 years before the moon landing, when they actually put the reflectors on the moon.
Were they put
Look
there
that
by
up.
aliens? Were they put there by aliens?
No, they weren't up there is the point. There is no reflectors. Did you know you can bounce those lasers off the moon?
That's what they say, yes.
Yeah, you don't need reflectors.
The Apollo mission says they put reflectors on the moon. That is correct.
But you don't need them. You can bounce it right off the moon.
Well, let's look it up. Is this what Big Tex is saying a true account?
Well, I mean, even if it's not, you can bounce them off the moon. You don't need reflectors. You can look at that up. I've done the research.
I'm looking right now.
You can bounce the reflectors right off the moon.
The flag, like we need to be able to see the flag on the moon too.
Oh my God. Yes, thank you for bringing that up because I have some footage. Oh man, you guys are gonna love this. Let me find it real quick. You know, it sucks when suddenly the internet starts going real slow and
Jack, not on the moon.
What?
It doesn't go slow on the moon.
No, not in 1969. No.
I'm looking up that thing that Big Tex just said.
Man, I have some footage. God, I wish I could find that.
Ready? In 1962, keep looking, Jack. In 1962, MIT scientists fired a powerful laser at the moon and detected a very weak signal bouncing back. They did not hit any special mirrors.
No, you can bounce it off the moon.
So why does this not prove the moon landings were faked? It says the 1962 bounce was weak and imprecise because it relied on natural reflection. After Apollo astronauts placed retro reflector mirrors on the moon starting in 69, the laser signal became much stronger and far more accurate down to centimeters. The mirrors bounced light straight back like
Says
a high
who?
quality bike reflector.
Says who? If you can always bounce it off the moon, how can you prove there are reflectors up there?
They're saying it's more precise, Jack. It's more precise
Says
reflection.
who, though?
Says the scientists, Jack.
And the scientists, we trust science now? After COVID, I don't trust science.
Follow the science,
That's
Jack.
the other thing. Everybody that's trusting in all this are the same people that told me to just trust the science.
You just have to believe it, Jay. The scientists said it, so you have to believe it. That's the
Listen,
thing.
it is true that COVID, and I never believed it for a second. I thought it was, of course, a bioweapon unleashed on this country to get President Trump out of office. That's what I thought
Pause
it
and
was.
picture this.
But-
Tiny module nearly
All
If
right,
the
I
moon
got something
landing
I
was
want to show
real,
you guys.
how did they broadcast hours of video before?
Take a look. Take a listen to this. We got a couple minutes left. Take a listen to this, guys. I want to see how much you can enjoy this beautiful thing right here. Take a listen.
Love that TV.
If the moon landing was real, how did they broadcast hours of video before satellites or Wi-Fi even existed? Pause and picture this. It's 1969. Your TV flickers in black and white. Back then, even local news signals struggled to travel across cities without static. Yet somehow, a tiny module nearly 240,000 miles away supposedly streamed live, flawless footage across the entire world. Instantly. Doesn't that sound almost supernatural? Now imagine you're one of the engineers in that dim control room, surrounded by humming machines, spinning reels, and blinking consoles. You're told a fragile radio wave will cut through cosmic radiation, magnetic storms, and endless space, and land perfectly on Earth. No delay, no distortion, just crystal clear images from another world. Meanwhile, transatlantic calls at that time required massive undersea cables. There were no orbiting satellites for global broadcast.
By the way, did you guys know that? Back in 1969, there were no satellites. There were no orbiting satellites back in 1969. I hope you guys know that there were no satellites. There was no way they could have broadcast this thing.
Again, we need an explanation. Somebody's got splaining to do.
Well, there's always an explanation for it. They can come up with whatever bullshit they want. But if there's no satellites, you couldn't do that now with satellites. And you're telling me you could do it back then without satellites, without Wi-Fi, without any kind of radio wave signal. I mean, it's just not possible. It was crystal clear across the entire world from 240,000 miles away.
They destroyed the technology, Jack.
Yeah. You can't destroy something you never had. All right, I want to find, there was one more really excellent video. If I can find it, I am going to show you guys because it had to do with what she was talking about. She was
Teresa,
talking about the.
She wants
go
the
ahead.
car. She wants the moon rover.
No, the
Well,
one with the girl on the roller skates, you know? The joke.
Yeah.
That one
Give me 1 second, though. I'm going to find that. I mean, I have that, but man, I wanted to see. I have this clip. I can't find it right now for some reason, but I have this clip where he's putting the flag down into the ground, and you can see it. I mean, it literally waves for like a few minutes, as he's putting it into the ground. For some reason, I have no idea why I cannot find it. I mean, I had it. I was ready to show it. Now I can't find it. But he actually puts it into the ground. And it waves. And I'm like, what the hell? How the hell is that happening?
It had a bar on the top of the flag, Jack.
Yeah, but he was waving the shit. First, let me show this video that she's talking about, okay? This is the type of thing now, I've not seen this video, so I don't really know what it is, but let's check it out.
So NASA shows things.
She's like floating.
See? Right? That's how they film everything. Watch this.
That's how they film everything is with the feet. Yeah, you don't see everything together.
Wait,
That's
keep going.
No. We got it's more of that, Jay. That's all it is more of that.
She does a backflip, and then it shows her pretending to go back, and then it shows the feet in the air. Like they're just kind of cutting everything around it, kind of like NASA does all the time for all this that they're putting in. They're kind of selectively, here's a bit of the launch.
It's all about angle holes and yeah, exactly.
I mean, right? Like, oh, here's a little bit. We didn't get all of it. Oh no, we can't show you what's on the other side for a while, or we'll be off signal. Like,
Well, Teresa, let me ask you, and I asked Jack this question. You know, Elon Musk is trying to go to Mars, literally trying to go to Mars. He wants to go there. Now, if Elon Musk does it, if a private person, not a government, if he does it and shows footage, will you be more apt to believe it from someone like Elon Musk than you would a government?
Not footage. Not
No?
footage.
No, I
Nope.
haven't been buying any of his stuff, what he's selling so far with SpaceX. I mean, some of it, the low orbital stuff, yes, okay, his data centers, that kind of thing, the satellite stuff, sure. But again, exiting?
No. If you have a rocket go straight up, I might start to believe it.
Yeah, let's
And
see it.
he,
Let's
I mean,
see it.
he is with the stuff where he is actually parking the rockets. That's real. We're watching that. People are watching that real. So he is bringing wherever those rockets are going. He is bringing them back and putting them back into the. I forget what it's called.
And what do you think the odds are of that? Them going way out into space and then him being able to remote control it all the way back down to an inch, right? I mean, come on.
I mean, he's doing it, but is it going into space? That's
the point. It's not you're not going to be able to look. Okay, if they do, if anyone does a launch where they go straight up, then I will start to believe it. But if you're going to go at an F, angle, go up and then boom, I'm not going to believe it. Oh, guys, I found the flag thing I wanted to show you. Watch this. This is incredible right here. This will show you everything you need to know. Watch this. Okay, so they're coming down. I muted it because I don't want to hear this jackass talk. Now, watch this. Look at the flag. Watch when they put it down. Look, he puts it down right here on top of the pole, right? Now, look. Look at it. Look at that. Look at that. How does that happen? Look.
Why is it
He's
moving?
standing still, and it's still moving. Take a look again. Right there. When he goes back over there, watch. He's holding it, and look. Look at that. Let's watch it one more time. Right here. Okay, so he puts it in. Look how much it's blowing right there. Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're in the desert. And I showed everybody yesterday how I know they're in the desert, and I'm going to show everybody one more time how I know they're in the desert. We're going to look at it one more time, Jay. Just for everybody's edification, I am going to show everybody one more time how I know we're in the desert. If I can find it. How much time we got left, Jay?
Yeah, 52 minutes. You got about 7 minutes left.
7 minutes. Okay, I am going to try to find this real quick. The same thing I showed everybody on Friday, because as you can see, there is wind. Wherever they were, there is wind, because you can see it blowing the flag, and you can see the dust kick up. All right, here it is. I am going to show everybody this one more time, because this is it. This is exactly where they were for the moon landings. Take a listen. I'm going to play it a couple of times. It's going to play over and over. Just watch. This man found the desert where they were. Okay, take a look. First of all, after all this time, this is like a 40-year time. It's still got the mounds right there, but the dip has been put in a little bit, but you can see it. And then the edge is still exactly the way it was. And then look at the ground. Look at the ground. You see all the different like rocks or whatever they are? It looks just like the moon ground from 30 years ago, 40 years ago when this was filmed. Look at that. That is unbelievable. If you see that and you can't, come on. There's nothing more that I can show you.
Those are moon rocks.
Moon rocks are petrified wood, according to the Dutch Museum.
There's a place that they also film up in like Nunavut, I think. It's way up there in Canada. Anyway, they do a lot of film. Devon Island, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
this particular thing was in the Nevada desert. Yeah, so it's
crazy.
Very interesting, because where you see the filming, you could actually find those sites in the Nevada desert, deep in the Nevada desert. But I will say, in order to find those sites, you have to go on government protected land. Everybody thinks that Area 51 is protected because of aliens. That's not why it's protected. It's protected because that is where the moon landings are filmed. You can't go there and compare the moon landing site to the desert that you are. That's why if you go there, you'll be shot on sight.
So you think that's what they did at Area 51?
I know that's what they did at Area 51. And even Tim Burchett said that the aliens are no longer there. Even if they were there, they're not there now. They were given to some private organization. But the desert itself is where they filmed the moon landing. Multiple moon landings.
I wish I would love.
But here's the thing, Jay. Here's the
president doesn't even know this stuff.
No. But here's the thing, Jay. They have to film it there from now on. They have to. Because what if they film it? What if they actually go to the moon and film it and it looks nothing like what they filmed in 69, 70, 71? They have to film it at the same place from now on.
Yeah, the moon, if they're gonna, well, first of all, are they gonna land in the same spot? Now here's the thing. They're going back to the moon, they say.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that they can't show us the rover, the flag.
It'll never happen. It'll never happen. They'll make up some bullshit. It'll never happen.
Then they're just their own worst enemy then.
But see, the thing is, when they have the official narrative, when they control the official narrative, there will always be people that believe. I don't care how much evidence you show them, they will believe it because they were there. Oh, 1950s, I saw it. You saw a television production and you think it's real.
Guys, even some news organizations I thought were conservative or right-leaning are reporting on this. So even some sources I've gone to in real life, and I think they're eating this stuff up too.
Exactly.
So a lot of people are getting tricked by it. It's not just, and having said that though, there's a lot of people on the other side waking up too that didn't once, that maybe believed in it before and don't anymore.
They kind of have to report on it too, Teresa, because it's ratings. People are going to watch it. They have
that's the reason that they report on all that stuff, because it is ratings. But the moon landing in 2028 is the thing to keep an eye on. If they actually shoot off the rocket, I want you to keep an eye on it, because the desert is where they'll probably film it a year ahead of time. They may have already filmed it and then stream it as live. Who knows? But pay attention, because if they actually go to the moon, they still have to film it in the desert, because if it looks nothing like it did in 1969, everybody's going to know that it was fake then. Everybody. They filmed this in the desert, so they've got to film this in the same spot no matter what. All right, guys, we've just got a couple minutes left, so I just want to say real quick, everybody, make sure you check out maxassociates.etsy.com. Take a look at this right here. They are awesome, okay? They have the best USA Pride gifts and patriotic apparel. maxassociates.etsy.com. When I get off of here, I'm going to go buy that flag. There's a really cool flag that says it says support the country you're in, or go to the I wish I could remember exactly what it said, but it was like a turn of phrase kind of thing, like support the country you're in, or go to the country you support, something like that. It's a really good thing. Everybody should check out maxassociates.etsy.com. You guys will really like that. Also, make sure you guys follow us on X, YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Instagram. Fuck TikTok. We're not on TikTok. They banned us for telling the truth, so we don't do TikTok.
I'm on there.
Huh?
I'm on there.
Yeah, well, no, Jay's not really on there. Don't follow him. It's Secret America TV. No, I'm kidding. He's on. He tries to put some of our clips on there, but they'll probably end up banning him if he puts too many on there. But it's opinions vary, the same as on X. It's opinions vary. Yeah, but make sure you follow Secret America TV, X, YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Instagram, all Secret America TV. And we're gonna let Teresa real quick tell you where you can actually find her. Teresa, where can everybody find you at?
Thanks, you guys. You can find me on X, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I'm on all the platforms. Well, a lot of them anyway. I'm on Threads too, but Threads is kind of woke, so we're trying to infiltrate it a little more with the right. So let's get on there, Patriots, and I'll see you guys.
What's your screen name on X?
Teresa Longo with an H, THERESA.
Excellent. Okay, guys, make sure you guys all go check all of that out. And Teresa, if you want to hang on until the outro is done, we'll talk for a minute before you go. All right, everybody. So yeah, one more time, check out maxassociates.etsy.com. They are an excellent patriotic apparel and USA Pride gifts. You guys will not be sorry if you check that out. Jay, you got anything else to say before we go, my man?
No, nothing nothing crazy. Teresa, thanks for coming on again. You're always welcome here. It's always great having you. Glad
Definitely.
you're safe and sound back up north. And let's keep talking. We'll keep talking about this as the moon continues, the moon saga continues, and I look forward to 2028 to see what happens.
Okay, we got to go. But real quick, Jay, Deborah said we need some Secret America garb. We actually are going to make Secret America hats and T-shirts, and we'll get back to you when that happens. But we really appreciate everybody's support for Secret America. For Jay Gatling, I am Jack Danger. Thank you for watching Secret America.
You've been listening to Secret America.